Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Thank God Friday's here. I took the day off, taking a 4-day weekend. Hope you are too. If not, hey, it's Friday. A few more hours a weekend will be here. Uh, Good to have a 3-day weekend. Have 4-day for me, but good we don't have to go back to work on Monday. All right, so baseball conference tournaments are underway. We've always had some upsets. Softball Super Regionals got started yesterday. We're going to go over some of that stuff. Got some news to get to. Before we start, hit that subscribe button down there so you don't miss anything. With that, got some national championships to announce. Texas A&M's women's tennis team, they are national champions. Texas A&M's Adela Sarnowski, I think I said her name right, wins the NCAA golf individual title. Stanford women's golf win its second national title in 3 years. They beat UCLA doing that. So congratulations to all of them. Hope you enjoy it. SEC gave out some baseball awards. Georgia slugger Charlie Condon named SEC Player of the Year. 451 batting average, 35 home runs. Nice to have him on the team. Arkansas, Hayden Smith, he's the top SEC pitcher of the year. 150 strikeouts. Man, that guy's on fire. Kentucky's Nick Mangoni, SEC, I think that's how you say his name. SEC Coach of the Year. Led Kentucky's baseball team to the regular season title. So nice going there. Some other news here. Penn State Board of Trustees approve a $700 million renovation to Beaver Stadium. I'm not sure what they're going to do. I don't know. Maybe they have some luxury boxes, stuff like that. Who knows? But $700 million they got approved by the board. Basketball news. Get this, man. This is going to be a great one. November 26th in Las Vegas, Duke and Kansas are going to play each other. There's also another game, Seattle and Seattle's playing somebody else. So, but hey, Duke and Kansas, late November, that's going to be pretty good there. LSU, they hired Sacramento State head coach David Petrarch as an associate coach. So, guess he's going to make more money there at LSU. All right, so this big piece of news here. NCAA and the Power 5 conferences have agreed to allow schools to directly pay players. First time this has happened in 100 years of college sports. NCAA will also pay more than $2.7 billion in damages over 10 years to past and current athletes. That is to settle 3 pending federal antitrust cases going on. All Division I student athletes dating back to 2016 are eligible to receive a share of that settlement. In exchange, athletes cannot sue the NCAA for other potential antitrust violations. My personal opinion, they should get rid of NIL and just have these schools pay these athletes, a good amount of money too, not none of this the little hamburger gas money, but pay them a good amount of money. Get rid of this NIL stuff and have it flat across the board too. That way, some of these players won't transfer. Well, LSU's paying me, $10,000 a month, but if I go to Michigan, they'll pay me $20,000. Just make it a flat rate across the board. That'll probably stop a lot of this hopping from school to school stuff we've seen lately. That's just my personal opinion. Everybody's got one. Oh, well. Anyway, we'll see what happens. All right, so baseball, we're going to go back to Monday. Army, they won the Patriot. We already mentioned the Patriot League title, beating Navy 3-0. That is Army's 6th straight Patriot League title. Penn, they won the Ivy League title, beating Cornell twice, 11-9, and then 12-6. And those two games, both Penn and Cornell, total of 48 hits between those two teams in those two games. That's pretty impressive. All right, so tournament. It is very hard to find Group of 5, Division II, and Division III records on any website. I mean, maybe D1 Baseball that has it, but I already pay for enough stuff. I'm not paying for anything else. Anyway, Uh, there's no records listed. They only have Power Five conference teams, the records listed, and so you're like, well, how do you know if McNeese playing Lamar? They both got one loss. You don't know, or if they both never won a game and they're playing each other, you don't know if that's an upset or not. So unfortunately, all we got is Power Five. I'm sure maybe when these teams get into the regionals, then they'll start posting their records. Hey, look, this is why they're in the regionals. But some of these websites got to do better than that. Even the NCAA doesn't have the lower tier teams records, which is crazy. But anyway, it is what it is. It's stupid. Who knows? But what are you gonna do? All right. So going back to Tuesday, SEC tournament. LSU beat number 11 Georgia 9-1. Boy, LSU's just tearing through this tournament. It's like this past season, they did all right. I mean, they were ranked high, but they started dropping. Now they're just tearing through their tournament. Anyway, they beat Georgia 9-1. LSU's Milam solo home run and an RBI single. ACC Miami, that's another team trying to make a run in their tournament. They are 20 back on Tuesday. They were 26-29. They beat 32-23 Louisville 8-5. Covett from Miami hit 2 3-run home runs. Big 12, Texas Tech beat number 24 Texas 6-4. Even though Texas, they did have more hits in that game. Pac-12, 21-32 Stanford beat 32-25 Arizona State 8-7, despite committing 2 errors. 29-27 USC beat 32-22 Utah 7-6. USC, they committed 3 errors, still won that game. Big 10, 31-22 Indiana beat 33-23 Purdue 8-6. Both teams had 13 hits in that game. What else? 29-24 Ohio State beat 34-20 Nebraska 15-2. Nebraska only had 4 hits in that game. Moving to Wednesday, SEC 37-20 Vanderbilt beat number 1 Tennessee 13-4. Vanderbilt's Espinal hit a 3-run and a 2-run home run. Nice game for him. LSU beat number 2 Kentucky 11-0. LSU's Jones and White both hit grand slams in this game. Man. Holman, 7 strikeouts for the Tigers. Number 15 Mississippi State beat number 4 Texas A&M 5-3. Mississippi State's Mershon 2-run home run. Hushak, 2-run single in that game. Texas A&M, great year. They made it to number 1. Of course, for some reason in college baseball, nobody wants to stay number 1. They're number 1 for a couple weeks maybe, and then they start losing games. Anyway, had a great season. They are just laying down in this tournament. I don't know. We'll see it here soon again. But losing to Mississippi State, I think they lost to Tennessee. Like I said, we'll go over that in a minute. But great season, but they're just laying down in this tournament. 35, and I'm an Aggie fan, so it pisses me off. But, 35-21 South Carolina beat number 5 Arkansas 6-5. South Carolina's Messina hit 2 2-run home runs in that game. Pac-12, Stanford beat number 6 Oregon State 2-1. Oregon State only had 3 hits in this game. 33-22 Utah beat number 23 Oregon 4-2. Utah had 14 hits. Oregon only had 4. Big 12, Cincinnati beat number 24 Texas 8-7. Texas not having a good tournament. UT, they did have more hits, but they also had more errors in this game. So 32-23 Kansas State beat 33-22 West Virginia 8-4. Kansas State's Borima 10 strikeouts. Nice game for him. Day hit a 2-run double on that one. Moving to the Big 10, 27-23 Penn State beat 33-18 Illinois 8-4. Both teams had 1 error in that game. 31-26 Michigan beat 31-22 Iowa 3-2. Iowa had more hits in that game, but did have more errors. Moving on to yesterday, we just talked about Texas A&M. Yeah, they lost to number 1 Tennessee 7-4. Aggies committed 3 errors. Tennessee, Tears had a 3-run home run and an RBI double. Had a good game there. Number 2 Kentucky beat number 5 Arkansas 9-6. Arkansas had 3 errors. Kentucky's Waldschmidt 2-run and hit a solo home run in that one. Vanderbilt, they're doing really good in this tournament. Vanderbilt doesn't seem like the Vanderbilt baseball team we've usually seen. This year they're kind of off a little bit, but man, they're like LSU. They're moving through this tournament. You never know. Vandy might meet LSU in the final. We'll see. Anyway, they beat number 15 Mississippi State 4-3. Vanderbilt's Diaz 2-run single. Thompson 8 strikeouts for the Vanderbilt. ACC, Miami again. They were 27-29 yesterday. Beat number 3 Clemson 8-7. Both teams had 2 errors in that game. Number 17 Duke beat number 12 NC State 8-1. North Carolina State 5 hits, 1 error in that game. Moving to Pac-12, Cal, they beat number 18 Arizona 7-5. USC beat number 23 Oregon 4-2. Oregon had 9 hits but 2 errors in that game. Big 12, Central Florida beat number 19 Oklahoma State 7-6 in 10 innings. AAC, actually, because I guess East Carolina is ranked. Wichita State beat number 9 East Carolina 14-4. East Carolina committed 3 errors in that game. Sun Belt, James Madison beat number 21 Louisiana 10-9. James Madison did have less hits and more errors, but still managed to win that game. All right, so moving on, Super Regionals for softball. They started yesterday. We had a couple games. Game 1 in Norman, number 2 Oklahoma beat number 15 Florida State 11-3. OU's Britta, man, she hit 2 solo home runs. Florida State, no strikeouts. I guess their pitching was off. Nobody threw a strikeout or anything. So kind of crazy because Florida State's had some good pitching over the years. And then also Los Angeles, game 1, number 6 UCLA beat number 11 Georgia 8-0. UCLA's Brady, 2 solo home runs. Georgia, only 4 hits in that game. Today, baseball tournaments continue. More super regional games from softball. That will go through the weekend. So, going to have a lot of baseball, a lot of softball this weekend. If you're into auto racing like me, Indy 500, Coke 600 later that day. Memorial Day weekend. Whatever you do, all the fun you have, barbecue, having adult beverages, watching sports. All remember, we honor the people on Monday that made this happen, all the soldiers that have passed away fighting for our country. So keep that in mind as you're enjoying family and friends this weekend. We'll be back thinking about probably later on Monday, on Memorial Day, because the baseball will be announcing who's hosting regionals sometime on Sunday. I believe it's going to be late Sunday morning, maybe early afternoon. So we'll probably wait till Monday so we can go through all that, who's going to be hosting regionals. And plus by then we'll know who's going to be in the Women's College World Series for softball. So that being said, have a safe weekend. Have fun. Enjoy it. Remember those soldiers that passed away for us, all right? Anyway, we'll see you there probably Monday. We'll see you.